Sit in this Willie Moore's kitchen, you know, the fella that tried to kill me years later, kill Craig, the same guy. So we'd be in his kitchen, the living room would be full with these bags, and what we'd have to do is bring the bags out. You'd have Willie and Tommy cooking. They'd pour methadone in the trays, cook it, and then add a parcel out the fishing bags, you know, the sleeping tablets. And I'm only young, but I'll be getting 5 ton a go for this, so I'll be fucking happy. It's big dough back in the day. So we'd sit in this Willie Moore's kitchen, you know, the fella that tried to kill me years later, kill Craig, the same guy. So we'd be in his kitchen, and then Tommy and Willie and George Brom Jr. and people like this come through carrying these bin bags. George Brom Sr. actually would come through carrying these bin bags. Be like 15 full black bin bags, and they'd bring them in to the living room, and we'd be in the kitchen, so the living room would be full with these bags. And what we'd have to do is bring the bags out and then put them into rod bags, you know, fishing rod bags. So we'll put like 12 or 13 key of these dusts into each rod bag. We'd have like 6 or 7, 12, 15 rod bags, all filled with these powders in bits, these tablets. And Willie used to live in Lansdowne Estate, which was round the corner on Mere Lane. And Tommy used to live on the other side of the Batman Park, which was Leadenhall Close, in his back garden. It was like a little path. So what we used to do then is put all the rod bags on the trailers and that, and walk round to Tommy's garden like we're going fishing. We'd walk hard at Willie's, down Mere Lane onto the path, go in the garden. So we'd go into the middle of the shed then, and the middle of the shed will be set up like a bakery type thing. You know, the little camping gas things. You'd have a few big gas things with the little stoves, full pelt. In this corner, you'd have bacon trays, big bacon trays, you know, the deep ones, stacked up like they're in a bakery, you know, all empty. And what they'd be doing is getting a bacon tray, putting it on the heat. You'd have 4 different heats, 4 cookers. You'd have Willie and Tommy cooking. So Willie and Tommy would be sat here, you'd have the 4 cookers in front of them with a bacon tray on each one. What they'd do was this, you know, methadone. They'd pour methadone in the trays, cook it, and then add a parcel out the fishing bags, you know, the sleeping tablets. Put a box of sleeping tablets in a tray, cook it with the methadone. It'll boil up. I've seen the whole process. Boil up, get dead bubbly. They take it off the heat banger over there, and when they've cooked it, it's gone brown. So when you've cooked the methadone and the opiate based, it's gone solid dark brown, like that, dead thick. They bang it over in that corner, and let it cool off like a cake. Sitting there with masks and that. This was every month. Every month. So now what would happen is they'd do that process in the shed, they'd go through all this shit, and then you'd have, once all that's done, you'd have Tommy in the kitchen, you'd have boxes of genuine, and and he'd be getting a box. So what had happened with these trays, once they'd cooled down, they'd smash them out, put them in grinders in the shed, go zzz. Now you've got brown powder that just looks like, and if you just give this brown powder to a brand new smash head, you'd go, oh, that's powerful. You know, proper bash. Back in the day, real bash. So f***ing, now it's going in the kitchen, and Tommy's doing his thing. He's splitting one into 5 or something. So he's knocking that real one into 5, and then going bit in with one of them, making that into one. And then before you know it, you'd have something like 30 fishing bags, rod bags, and outside you'd have 2 Land Cruiser Amazons, that's what they always got, Nissan Patrols and Land Cruiser Amazon. And you'd have roof racks on them, and you'd have trailers on the back, and there'd be like 15 strong men, 15, sometimes 10, 2 jeeps full with men going fishing. And that's it, which, on the roof, be all the fishing tackle, everything you need to really fish, because we'd be going really fishing. So we'd be off with these bags full of fucking parcels, and we'd go on a motorway, and we'd be pulling off as we're up this motorway, serious, as we're pulling up this motorway, we'd pull off into farmers' lakes, and we'd set up fishing for a little hour or something, and within an hour you've got another firm coming in, setting up fishing, coming round, going in the bushes, doing the business, swapping rod bags. That's all they done, swapped rod bags, back on, rod back on that jeep, this, let's go. And then they'd go to another lake, then another lake. Honest, we used to go to Scotland, and this is where we get to Scotland. So we'd drive up to Scotland, and what we'd do is, in Scotland you've got this big bridge that's called like the North Sea Wall. And what we used to do, we used to go up there, you had Scottish people coming to meet us on the bridge and getting a swap. And that was early 90s,